Well, if you got transit problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but definition is not one of them. We've got the sun in gate 36, which is right here, and the earth in gate 6, which is right there. Crisis and friction. So, yeah, you know it's gonna be a good week. One of the first things that I do when the sun and earth go into a new transit is I look at my hookups. Okay, am I getting hooked up? 36, 35. This green over here, by the way, is everything in my body graph. So all the stuff you see in green is my stuff. Gold is going to be the transit stuff. This has been on for a long time. This 36, 35. Now you'll see here, if you look very closely, I have the 35. See how it's green and yellow? That means I have it in my body graph and the transit has it in one of the activations. As a reflector, I've noticed that I experience the transits heaviest when my definition changes by way of one of these electromagnetic gates. So many times 36 is in transit, like I feel the crisis. I feel the darkening of the light. This 6 down here, though, not so much because I don't have this gate 59. Now, one thing that the transits reveal to me, like for instance, this 36 reveals things to me, and it reveals in particular the type of conditioning I have around crisis. It does that because my dormant 35 is like finally excited to figure out like, oh, what crisis caused this solution or created this progress. That's 35, progress, if I haven't said that already. And as for this 6 right here, even though there's no 59, it's still revealing to me about 59 by nature of the 6. The 6 is friction. It's the fear of opening yourself up fully to people. It's part of the channel of mating, which I've definitely made videos about. And what these two emotional activations are going to do is there's going to be like extra energy and awareness around like confronting the truth and kind of like sometimes maybe pushing people into confronting the truth preemptively or thinking that something needs to be confronted when it maybe doesn't. Again, when the transits shift around, they're always shifting around. You don't just make decisions based off of the transits. You add that to this, and whatever your inner authority has to respond to in regards to this, that's the thing you should be going with. Now, people are going to fall into crisis and friction. There's going to be a lot of crisis. There's going to be a lot of friction. There's going to be a lot of people who are experiencing the moodiness around standards and expectations of themselves, specifically emotionally and sexually. And also there's going to be people that are going to have this like fear of opening up, or they're going to go the opposite direction. They're going to open up completely to the wrong people, or they're going to completely ignore all of the crisis and the things that were once available now not being available to them type energy. Again, people either inflate these things or they deflate them. How small can I get? Wow. One thing you got to be really mindful of is the head. You didn't expect me to come out of the head, did you? The head in Ajna wants to make sense of all of this activation going on. But the thing about everything below the neck is that it doesn't use eyes to look at stuff in the external world, ears to hear things in the external world. It uses baroreceptors and thermal receptors, which is pressure and heat, to make sense of everything going on inside here. It's literally as though the body is like, hey, let's measure how much this weighs. And the mind brings a measuring tape to measure how much something weighs. Just a simple analogy to, they're different, okay? But they work together. And there's a process of getting information from the external authority into the internal world and vice versa, from the internal to the external. That's actually called manifestation. And that's the goal, is to manifest something unique from within ourselves. Not just take stuff from the external world, wow, my hand is dirty, bring it into our internal world and then copy it and repost it. So anyway, neutrino design, of course, you can scroll down and see more about what these gates have to do and how they're relevant to society and you. Gate 36 is crisis. You can more easily face an inner crisis you've been having for a while. Once you start this battle, it'll soon lead you to resolving this crisis and bringing light to a dark and cloudy setting, your home or workspace. It's a good time to resolve your fears of vulnerability and inexperience. Or it's not. Again, this is the energy that people are going to think they're going to have. Let's go to friction. You tend to see better who belongs to your community and who doesn't. You might encounter friction, conflicts, and either be pushed towards or have complete fear of intimacy with others. That one was a little balanced right there at the end. See, it kind of was like, hey, it's either going to inflate or deflate. But again, you're not relying on these words to tell you how to behave. Okay? You're relying on these words to give you extra information so that you can decide how to behave and that you're not just influenced by the ignorance or the presence and awareness of these words. So let me know in the comments, what crisis are you moving through this week? What friction are you experiencing? Let me know, because conversations around human design, we're using the language, we're using the keynotes. That's what this was all meant to do. It's not meant so you can just take this external thing, internalize it, and just try and manifest whatever this body graph shows you. This is meant to have conversations. This is meant to be an experiment and help you mutate so that you can become more of yourself. So let me know in the comments again, what crisis are you facing? What friction are you experiencing? And of course, I gotta give you an invitation. I have an exclusive membership where we're doing this on a much deeper level. By deeper, I mean a physical deconditioning, as well as having some of the coolest conversations and results that I've seen in the human design space. It's called The Archive. Link is in the bio. See you guys in the comments.